In the heart of Asheville, North Carolina, nestled between art galleries and coffee houses, lived a woman named Janelle Carter, a 32-year-old black woman with a gentle voice and piercing eyes. Janelle was known in the community for her art, paintings that told stories of resilience, pain, and hope. Her work was raw and vivid, a mirror to her own life. And though she had battled childhood abandonment, heartbreaks, and the weight of being both black and a woman in a world that often silenced both, Janelle remained kind. That kindness is what drew David Whitmore to her. David was a white man from Connecticut, sharply dressed, charismatic, and recently relocated to Asheville to open a startup that promised to bridge technology with empathy. They met at one of Janelle's art exhibits. He lingered a little too long at her piece titled Unheard, which depicted a black woman screaming into a silent room. He asked questions. He listened, or so she thought. David wasn't like the men she'd dated before. He was attentive. He supported her art, brought her flowers after every show, posted her paintings to his social media with poetic captions, and stood proudly beside her during interviews. Within months, they were living together in a downtown loft. People whispered, called them the couple, the passionate artist and the progressive tech entrepreneur. But behind the carefully curated smiles, something darker was brewing. It started with small things. David joked often about how lucky Janelle was to have him, that without his contacts, her art wouldn't be popping the way it is. He began managing her schedule, saying he could negotiate better gallery deals. At first, Janelle was relieved. She had never been great with contracts or pricing. She trusted him. Then came the subtle erasures. During one interview, a journalist asked Janelle about her latest piece. David interrupted, saying, "It's actually our vision. I just translate her feelings into market terms." She laughed it off, but inside, something twisted. By their one-year anniversary, Janelle's paintings were being sold through David's company website. Her name was still there, but in smaller font, beneath Whitmore Visions. He rebranded her art as part of his empathy tech movement, claiming it was designed by a team. She protested. He smiled, kissed her forehead, and told her not to ruin what they were building. Then one day, her friend Layla, a fellow black artist, showed up in tears. She'd just discovered that one of Janelle's paintings had been sold at a tech convention as an AI-generated piece inspired by urban struggle. David had sold it for $20,000 under his name. Janelle confronted him. He didn't deny it. In fact, he accused her of being ungrateful, said he'd made her relevant, that no one cared about yet another angry black woman painting oppression until he packaged it properly. "People listen to me," he said. "I give your pain value." That night, Janelle walked out with nothing but a backpack, her sketchbook, and a flash drive of her early work. She couch-surfed for a few weeks. The art community was torn. Some refused to pick sides. Others told her to keep it quiet, said it would ruin her career to attack a rising white entrepreneur so publicly. But Janelle refused to be silent. She posted a long video detailing everything, with receipts, contracts, DMs, emails. She named names, and it spread like wildfire. The backlash was immediate. David called her unstable, bitter, tried to sue her for defamation. But Janelle didn't flinch. Other black women began speaking out, not just about David, but about all the white men who'd used their pain as stepping stones. Stories poured in. The hashtags #ArtIsNotYours and #HerVoiceMatters trended for days. Janelle was invited to speak at a national arts conference, not as a victim, but as a warrior. Her work began to appear in museums, no longer as marketable tragedy, but as testimony, raw, undiluted. She opened her own studio, Studio Echo, a space exclusively for black women creators. It became a haven, a storm shelter, a revolution. Years later, during a televised panel, someone asked her if she regretted trusting David. She looked into the camera, calm. "I don't regret trusting," she said. "I regret ignoring the signs. But even wolves in sheep's clothing eventually show their teeth."